Every Wednesday, a group of retirees gathered at the local community center. They played cards, sipped tea, and shared stories from their past. Among them was Frank, tall, silver-haired, with a confident smile. He loved to tell tales of his days as a successful businessman. Back in my office days, he'd begin, straightening his shoulders. I closed deals worth millions. I traveled the world. The others listened, nodding politely. Some envied him. Others wondered why a man with such wealth now lived so modestly. But Frank never explained. He just smiled and said, "Money comes and goes, but stories stay." Gentle shift. One afternoon, a newcomer joined the group. Her name was Clara, widowed, kind-eyed, and sharp with questions. She listened carefully to Frank's tales, then asked softly, "And what business was it, Frank?" His smile faltered for just a moment before returning. "Oh, many things. Imports, exports, a bit of everything." The room laughed, but Clara's eyes narrowed slightly. She had heard something in his tone, a crack in the polished story. Over the next weeks, Clara grew closer to Frank. They walked together after meetings. She admired his humor, his patience with the younger volunteers, his warm laughter. But doubts lingered. If Frank had been so successful, why did he wear the same worn jacket each day? Why did he rent a small room above the old diner instead of owning a home? Suspicion builds. One rainy afternoon, Clara passed by the diner and saw Frank speaking with the owner. Their voices carried outside. The owner chuckled. "Frank, I'll cover your tab again. Pay me when you can." Clara froze. Her heart pounded. This was not the life of a wealthy businessman. This was something else. Inner struggle. At the next gathering, Clara gently asked him again, "Frank, you always speak of the past, but what about now? What fills your days?" Frank's smile faded. He looked down at his hands. For a long moment, the room was silent. Finally, he whispered, "There's something I haven't told you." The group leaned in as Frank began. "I wasn't a businessman. Not in the way I said. The truth is, I was homeless for many years." Gasps filled the room. Even Clara blinked in surprise. "I lived on the streets of Chicago. I slept under bridges, in shelters, anywhere I could find warmth. People passed me by every day, and I thought I was invisible." Tense, heavy tone. He paused, tears in his eyes. "One winter night, I almost gave up. But a stranger gave me a blanket and said, 'You still matter.' That moment changed me." Frank swallowed hard. "I found a shelter program, got help, found work. Little by little, I stood up again. I didn't make millions, but I built something greater. The chance to help others who were where I once was." Audience reaction. Silence filled the room. Then Clara whispered, "Frank, that's braver than any business deal." Others nodded. Respect filled their faces. The lie had been exposed, but instead of shame, Frank found dignity. From that day, Frank's stories changed. He spoke honestly about hardship, about kindness from strangers, about the long road back. And people listened more closely than ever before. His past no longer hid behind false pride. It shone as proof of resilience. Reflective, wise tone. The lesson was clear. It's never too late to start over. A lie may hide our scars, but the truth can inspire others. Love, respect, and courage don't come from wealth. They come from honesty and from rising again after we fall. Ending 1. Community respect. At the next gathering, someone asked Frank to lead a project for the town's shelter. He agreed, proud, not of a false past, but of a real purpose. Ending 2. Quiet moment. Clara walked home with him one evening and said softly, "Frank, you gave us more than stories. You gave us hope." He smiled, humbled. Ending 3. Celebration. Months later, at a charity dinner, Frank shared his real journey. The applause was long, heartfelt, not for riches, but for honesty. Warm, inviting tone. What do you think? Was Frank wrong to lie at first, or was it his way of surviving? Would you respect someone more for their success or for their struggle? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. And if you enjoyed true to life stories with lessons worth remembering, subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next one.